around the league. The Grizzlies win, the Timberwolves win, and the Nuggets win. And I'll tell you in 1 second. And the Clippers win. Clippers now make it a 4-point game with 3 seconds left. So the Lakers will be playing the Minnesota Timberwolves if this holds. As I said, 4-point lead, maybe 5 here in a second. Big game. What else happened out there?
Boy.
What
we
else
got
happened?
Some great
Rory?
basketball games, and we got some great golf. What a great Sunday this is.
The Clippers have officially won, so the T-Wolves will be the Lakers' first round opponent. The Lakers are 2-2 against the T-Wolves. 2-2 against the T-Wolves, and will open at home. And I know this has confused some people. I've seen this on Twitter. The Lakers will be hosting for the first time since 2012. In 2020, yes, they were the #1 team in the league, but that was in the bubble. So this will be the first time since 2012 that we will start this playoff series in downtown Los Angeles. That's a lot of fun, and I'm happy for the fellas. And what's crazy is Denver's in the playoffs, and the Warriors go to the 7 seed. The Warriors will be in the play-in, taking on Memphis. The winner of that game plays the Rockets, a possible future opponent for the Lakers. So it's been a lot of fun, man. The NBA got exactly what they wanted, Fish, coming down to the wire.
Yeah, I mean, so many more teams, you know, with mathematical possibilities. I think it's created more organizations striving to win as opposed to just kind of treading water and, you know, not really feeling like they're involved in any postseason opportunities. And so I think it's been a hit. It was a little rough starting out. Some of the players and teams weren't really bought into it. But it's created a situation where you have multiple teams on the final day of the regular season, you know, playing as though it's for the title.
Yeah.
And so there's so many more players and teams engaged at this point, and I think it's going to lead to also good playoff basketball once we get there.
And the fact that the Warriors, who are a really good basketball team, and we're talking about they get hot enough, could they're being in the contenders to maybe win the championships, are now in the play-in situation. That just goes to show you how the league has done a good job of, you know, creating parity, creating opportunities for teams to advance. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. Even the play-in games are going to be interesting.
J.J. Redick led the Lakers to the 3 seed in his first season as the head coach. He knows who he's playing now, and he's speaking with Mike in the media. Throw a line, but it's a controversial call. Jimmy Butler gets a layup. They called a foul, and Clippers don't seem to have touched him, so they're reviewing that right now. 3 points and 8 boards for Trey Jemison. He's in the locker room with Mike.
All right, Trey, what were you guys trying to get accomplished today? Obviously, just win the game, but you knew it was going to be a little different with several of the vets in there.
Yes, I had to go out there and get quality reps. I'll go out there and just play hard and improve on your game for the season end.
How would you describe this season since you've been up with the Lakers?
It's been phenomenal, man. Just get a 3 seed, get 50 wins, that's huge. That's a historic accomplishment for JJ.
And how about just your growth as an individual player?
Oh, I'm loving it, man, especially mentally, just growing as not an adult in the league, but as like just knowing my role as a professional.
Have you been given any further clarity by the Lakers about whether you'd be a part of the team for the postseason?
I don't know. You might have to ask them about that one.
What do you hope to gain just being around, regardless of the contract status, to be around the team during the playoff run?
Just to learn, man. The biggest thing about being in the NBA is learning how to stay in the NBA. Marquise Morris is a great vet who teaches me so much about just learning how to do your role and accomplish, help guys win games. So that's my whole goal this year.
Anything about Keith specifically about where he helps the most and kind of the things that he says as leader?
Just be honest, man. Just giving me words of wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Like just keeping me mentally grounded. You know, encouraging me, speaking life into me. Just a great guy who's helped me out.
Cool. Thanks. Appreciate it.
So that call, as expected, was overturned. So it's 121-119. Clippers in the lead. It's under a minute. Big game. Let's talk a little Luka Doncic, his first playoff run with the Lakers. It's been a lot of fun to watch him in a Dallas uniform because the Lakers have never had to play him. But we have so many amazing highlights over the years with Luka in a Dallas uniform against the Clippers, against the Suns, against the T-Wolves, OKC. And now we get a chance to see him, and he seems primed and ready.
Yeah, it's great. He's a great player. And as great a player as some players are, some of the great players never see the NBA Finals. You know, some great players never see the Western Conference Finals even. Luka has seen both. And so when you've been there, Geeter, it's a different feeling than when you haven't been there, and you want a taste of that again. So he's won the Western Conference Finals. He's been to the finals. He knows what that's about. He's arguably one of the best players in the league, and he needs a championship to go along with all that now. So he's been there. Just last year, he's got a taste of it. So that's going to work to his advantage, I believe, throughout these playoffs.
It's going to be really interesting to see Luka Doncic in the playoffs next to LeBron James.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like when you think
we've been trying to picture it for a couple months.
Yeah,
You're right.
When you think about how good he has been, how great he has been in the postseason, I think 30.9 points per game in the playoffs, second all-time in the history of the game. To now have the opportunity to be paired with LeBron in the postseason, and all of the experience that LeBron has, and how they'll be able to work together now to tackle opponents, to be able to manipulate defenses, to create high percentage offensive opportunities for the Lakers. Like, it's going to be really fun to watch as they pair together.
Clippers up by 2, 7 seconds left, and the ball taking it out of bounds. More to come on accident. Warriors and Clippers are battling right now with 6 minutes and 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. If the Warriors win, the Lakers will face Golden State in the playoffs. If the Clippers win, then they will face the Minnesota Timberwolves. But back to the Lakers, because I want your guys' thoughts just on the season overall. They had a lot they had to navigate through. The biggest trade, some people are calling, in the last couple of decades in the NBA. JJ, a rookie coach. You got to be super proud of this team, James and Fish, and just the way they came together, the way they played, and how much fun and joy they brought to Laker fans.
For sure. A little worthy clap for 50 games and keeping it together and bringing in a new coach, which in a lot of cases, a new coach, people will say it takes time. It's going to take us time to get my system implemented and get everything together. But when you come to the Los Angeles Lakers, your waiting period is not that long. It's a shorter time. And I just give them credit for, finding a coach that knows how to communicate in current modern day time to young players and get them to buy in, and also have assistant coaches that correlate to what he's trying to do. So the trade obviously was a big thing, and they've been able to get that going. That usually takes a little bit more time. So I just give credit to the players for trusting the coaching staff, and for the coaching staff being able to relay positive, consistent message to the team so they can get through whatever it is they got to get through, and that's yielded them third place in the West.
Yeah, I mean, at the start of the season, like James was saying, a young coach comes in, first-time coaching. In order to have this type of season, in most situations, that team needs to be playoff or championship ready. And I don't think anybody would argue that the roster at the beginning of the season